The outbreak of the COVID-19 infection among rank-and-file employees of the Light Rail Transit 2 has affected its operations as well as the inauguration of its East Extension project.
Until the end of April, the Light Rail Transit Line 2 will only be operating from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Light Rail Transit Authority cut the operating hours of the LRT-2 following an outbreak of COVID-19 infection among its staff. In announcing the shortened operating hours, LRTA Administrator Reynaldo Beroya said this was to help prevent the further spread of the virus and avoid the possible paralysis of operations in case the number continues to surge. The LRTA said that 273 of its 1,906 personnel tested positive in the mass testing ordered by the Department of Transportation. This resulted in only 56% of LRT2's ticket management and sales collection personnel, 73% of train drivers, and 68% of station personnel were available to work. The rest were infected or had been forced to quarantine following exposure to possible infection. Beroya said LRT2 had ordered the isolation of all infected or exposed personnel, implemented work-from-home arrangements for depot workers, revisited train ventilation and airflow protocols, and ensured that all minimum public health standards are complied with at all times to avoid the further spread of the virus. Meanwhile, the DOTR has moved the formal inauguration of the LRT-2 East Extension project scheduled for April 26 to June 23, 2021. This was prompted by the surge in COVID-19 cases that led to IATF deciding to place Metro Manila and adjacent provinces under enhanced community quarantine and later modified enhanced community quarantine. The DOTR resetting the inauguration was meant to protect the health and safety of rail workers and the riding public. It added that foreign rail experts engaged in the final stages of installation, testing, and commissioning works for the project have been unable to report for work or enter the Philippines due to stringent restrictions being enforced.
The LRT2 said that normal operating hours will resume on May 1. Here's hoping that the surge would have eased by then and that LRT2 and other light rail transit operators are implementing new and stricter measures to prevent the spread of the virus among its personnel and the passengers they serve.